Hi, hello and welcome to my kitchen. Today I thought I'd show you how to make some elderflower cordial. Now the elderflowers are out at the moment, and I've been and picked some from a tree that's round the back of the house. There's plenty of them about. You could find them in the parks or on the side of the street. So yeah, they're not out for long. So if you want to do this, I would suggest you probably do it over the next week or so. Otherwise the flowers are going to start turning into berries and then you can't make the cordial. So you need about 20 of these elderflower heads, and you want to take off the mane of the stalk. You're also going to need 2 lemons, some citric acid. I have it weighed out here. You're going to need 85 grams of citric acid. You're also going to need 2.5 kilograms of caster sugar. And you're going to need some water as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is to weigh out some water, or rather measure some water. You're going to need 1.5 litres of water, and then you want to add the caster sugar into the water in the pan. Okay, so I've got 1.5 litres of water in my pan. My pan is probably excessively large for this, but I don't have a pan that's sort of in between medium and extra large. But if you've got a large pan, then it's probably best that you use that instead of a giant pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour the caster sugar now into the water, and then I'm going to put this on a low heat and keep it warming up until all the caster sugar then's dissolved. You might need to give it a stir every now and again. Don't put the heat on too high, otherwise the sugar will catch and you'll end up burning it. You'll either have to start again or have cordial that tastes a little burnt. Neither of which are ideal, so let's try and not catch the sugar. So while that's warming up, I'm going to prepare my lemons. Now what you want to do ideally with your lemons is to peel them. We're not going to zest them here. Instead we're going to peel them, and then I'm going to cut them into slices this way. And then they'll be ready then to pop in here when we're ready for that. So whilst my water and sugar is warming up and the sugar's dissolving on the sort of low to medium heat, I have trimmed all the stalks off of my elderflowers, and I've bobbed those in a bowl of cool water just to give them a rinse, wash off any bugs or anything like that that might be on them. And then they just want shaking off then. Shake the excess water off. And they'll sit then and be ready then to add to my syrup. So once your sugar is dissolved, what you want to do is turn the heat up, and you want to bring it to a boil. Pretty much as soon as it's boiled, you want to turn it off then, and then you can add all your elderflowers, the citric acid and your lemons. Now the citric acid you can generally get from the chemist. I think sometimes you can get it from Wilkinson's. I bought mine online. I just find it easier to do it that way. I can buy it in bulk then because I use it for other things like bath bomb making and whatnot. So I'm just continuing to shake off all this excess water from the elderflowers here. Now some of my elderflower bunches weren't as big as others, so I've put a few more than 20 in. You'll notice when you're round and about that some of the bunches might be bigger than the others, so I mean, I'll leave it up to your own judgment, but I think I put about 25 in just because I wanted a nice full flavour out of my cordial. So my sugar has all dissolved now. What I'm going to do is just crank the heat up, bring it to a boil, and then I can add the rest of my ingredients then. Okay, so we've got a boil going on here. I'm going to turn it off now and take my lid off. You'll boil your juice a lot quicker if you've got a lid on. And then I'm just going to bob all my elderflowers in here. And the 2 lemons that I peeled and sliced. And then also the citric acid that I had pre-weighed. And then I'm just going to give that a stir, make sure it's all nice and mixed in. And then I'm just going to put the lid back on that and forget about it for a night. All the flavours will develop then, and then I'll show you what the next stage is in terms of making the cordial. I'll give you a little look now into what my pan looks like. I've got all the lovely elderflowers and the citrus fruit in there. So I'll come back to the pan tomorrow. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours now since the cordial was made. So first things first is that you're going to need to get all the larger bits out. So I have a sieve for that. I'm just going to pull those out. You want to get as much of the juice off as possible, because that's your delicious cordial that you've made. So you'll notice that your cordial's now thickened up a little bit. It's a bit more syrupy. It represents a bit more of a squash type liquid. And then what I've got is a bowl, a colander in there. And then I have a clean tea towel, just dampened that off a little bit, and I'm just going to lay the tea towel then into my colander, and this will help then to sift out all the other little bits. So it takes quite a while, does this. You might have to leave a bit and come back to it, and then you can start adding more. And then once you've done that, you'll need to put your cordial into your containers. Now this is quite a lot of cordial, so what I'm going to do is put some in some plastic tubs. These are just ones that your takeaway food comes in, and then I can freeze some cordial. That way it's going to last a bit longer, and then I have another bottle here to put my cordial in that we'll be using now. Now the recipe does call for you to put the cordial in sterilised glass bottles. So if you have some of those, that's great. I don't have any of those, so I'm just using whatever I've got in the house. You could use an empty squash bottle that was ready to go in the bin, just as long as you can clean it and sort of sterilise it. So I'm just going to go ahead now and tip some of my cordial into here so it can be filtering through. And this will make sure that any of the leftover bits, the little flowers and whatnot, they're sifted out of your cordial, so you've got a nice clear liquid then. So the cordial's got a bit of a tinge to it. Obviously that's from the elderflowers and the lemon that you've put in there as well. And I have to say it actually smells really delicious and I can't wait to try it. So I'm just going to let this filter on through now, and like I say, I'm going to freeze some and we're going to use some for now. So I have been on a walk today, there's still plenty of elderflowers out, so yeah, get out there, pick some, make some delicious cordial. You could use it just to mix with water, or if you like making cocktails, then maybe you could use it in those. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and we will see you again soon. Okay, take care, bye.